that seems reasonable. And we'll be glad to expand on that and what our committee came up with. The documentation issue has been already addressed. We would like to know if documentation simply a matter that it's been stamped, or do we actually have to dictate what the report said, or just we reject it, and that satisfies the best plan. Other things I can let go.
Thank you.
I got more, but I
apologize for doing that.
no, you took six. I only got four.
Some good points that you were heard. And we're all gonna take this and look over all of these things. Next speaker is Mississippi State Department of Health, Dr. Currier.
I'm stuck. Does this count against my time? Hold on. Is this where I sit? I couldn't see from back there. Thank you. First, thank you for doing this. I appreciate y'all's being here and listening. And there's several people in here from my class. Thanks, Sandy. I'm Mary Currier. I'm the state health officer with the health department, and I have a pretty different point of view from the rest of the folks here because I don't prescribe. I've never prescribed an opioid in my life. Let me just say that up front. But I do have concerns. I really want to thank y'all for taking this on. This is a big deal, and it's a huge deal for the state, and it's important, and I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all working to help reverse the trend that's going on. Mississippi has a high prescription rate for opioids. Compared to the rest of the country, we actually have a low death rate from overdose. I know it doesn't seem like that when you're looking at stuff every day. Like I said, I am in support of this effort. I'm also concerned about some of the unintended consequences, however, as these rules are proposed and implemented. My concerns address the rules in general, not any specific portion of it, but all those about opioids. I'm all for cutting off the supply to people who are not addicted yet, people who have chronic pain and you don't want them to be addicted, or people who have acute pain. But we have a large group of people in Mississippi who are already addicted. We have a huge group of people who get large numbers of prescriptions. From the PDMP data, we have more than 200,000 people with prescriptions for 30 days or 30 days of opioids, and the average number of months of those prescriptions is 6 months. So you know not everybody has 6 months worth. You've got a bunch of people that have got 12 months worth, and then a bunch of people that have got 1 month's worth. So a large portion of those, more than 200,000 people, are addicted now. And I'm very concerned that as we implement these rules, physicians in the state are going to stop prescribing. And we'll have a whole bunch of people who move from opioids to heroin and fentanyl. And we'll have more deaths. And we'll have HIV and hepatitis C out the wazoo. And I really am very concerned about that. If you look at decreases in prescription opioids, you'll see that as we've decreased as a country, the deaths have increased. And that's because we're cutting off those drugs to people who are addicted without a plan for those folks. We don't have enough people in the state who are prepared to treat these people with medication addiction therapy. We don't have enough people who are prepared to taper their doses. It's something that's going to take a lot of physician time and a lot of work, and I think we need a plan for that. We need some way to gather our resources among our physician groups and have a plan for what we're going to do with those people. And we at least need to continue to provide them with the opioids that they're getting now, as they are addicted. And when you cut it off and throw them off that cliff, they're moving to heroin, and they end up with fentanyl, and they end up dead, or with HIV infection, obviously. So I would ask that you consider these unintended consequences in determining the timing and the wording of your regulations, and collaborate with physicians and health facility groups to try and develop our resources and our physicians across the state to treat these patients. And that's my request.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is from the Mississippi Healthcare Association, Dr. Tim Estes.
Can you get that? Oh, gosh. Sorry.
Dr. Miles, members of the board, thank you very much. I'm Tim Estes, I'm the head internist, I'm a full-time nursing home. For the sake of your valuable time and the time of the audience, I may be able to trim a lot of a huge 6-page prepared document. If I may ask you a couple of questions to get some confirmation.